And welcome back to Archer's Point. This week's blog is about the history of archery. So, where does archery begin, you might ask? Archery can date back all the way to 2800 BC, all the way in Egypt. The Egyptians made the first bow out of materials such as wood, animal horns, glue, and animal sinew. Animal sinew is basically a tendon or a ligament of an animal. So when the Egyptian bow was unstrung, it is said to look like a C. And apparently these things were really hard to string, and it took 2 people to string it. I would not want to shoot one of those bows. The string of those bows were made of the intestines from sheep. Gross. Although, these bows could be fired up to 400 yards. The bow and the arrows was a very powerful weapon to the Egyptians in warfare and in hunting. The oldest arrowhead was found in Africa and was said to be made around 25,000 BC. The arrowhead was made of flint. Apparently, these arrows resembled close to spears. It wasn't up until around 25 or 18 BC that they discovered that you can harden the flint by putting the flint over a fire, and that adding feathers to the actual arrow improved the accuracy greatly. And then around 225, there were the Parthians who would battle on horseback and would act like they were running or retreating. But then they would look back over their shoulder and fire arrows at the enemy. And this was called a parting shot. In China, the first emperor had 6,000 terracotta figures, which many held crossbows. The first emperor was I'm going to attempt to pronounce this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it wrong. Qin Shi Huang in 221 BC. Also, during the Shang dynasty, they had 3-man chariot teams. In these chariots, they had a driver, a lancer, and of course, an archer. For the Romans, most of their military was actually consisted of archers. Although later on, the Romans were defeated by the more skilled archers, which were the Goths, the Huns, and the Vandals in the starting of the medieval time period. In the medieval times in Europe, the most known archers were the English. They would use archery in celebrations, fighting, wars, and they just used it for fun and sport as well. Outside of Europe, people were also getting better at archery. Archery also had a role in folklore in the Middle Ages, and we all know the tale of Robin Hood. And that has been a little history snippet of archery from me, Raylan, at Archer's Point. See you guys next week. Thank you.